Aloha Goddess, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Erica Shatara and I'm the owner and founder of Deity Beauty, where we help women like you wake up to their divine power through all things beauty and wellness. Today we're talking all about sunscreen, why it's important, what kind of sunscreens there are, just all the things. So if you're ready to get into it, then let's get started. Alright, so let's get started and talk about the two different types of sunscreens. So there are physical sunscreens and there are chemical sunscreens. So physical sunscreens sit on the top surface of your skin and they reflect the UV rays. Chemical sunscreens, on the other hand, are absorbed into your body, converted into heat, and then released from your body. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of chemical sunscreens. One, because there's a specific ingredient called oxynoxate, which is actually very dangerous for the reefs here in Hawaii. And I just want everyone to be aware, anyone who is traveling to these beautiful islands, please do your due diligence and make sure you're not using a sunscreen that is harming the reefs. I've been to some beaches where the water is so murky and cloudy, and it's because of all the sunscreen in the water. And so just imagine if we're not checking our products and that ingredient is in the sunscreen that you're swimming in the ocean with, you're damaging the coral that is home to millions, well, maybe not millions, but thousands of different species of fish and, you know, other marine life. So just please take care, do your part to help keep our oceans clean, and make sure that you're not using any products that have ingredients that are banned, like the oxynoxate that is banned here in Hawaii. So physical sunscreens are actually the ones that I prefer because it just creates this really nice barrier on the skin, and again, reflecting those UV rays. And some great ingredients to look out for when you are purchasing one of these are going to be titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is super great on its own. It has some potential to control sebum, so if you are one of our oily skinned goddesses, definitely look for a sunscreen that does have that in it, because it's going to help to control that. It also does have some antibacterial properties, so it also might be a good option for those goddesses who maybe tend to have a little bit more acne prone skin. It also has some healing and some antiseptic properties as well, so again, great for those with acne and oily prone skin, and just in general. Okay, so now let's talk about UVA rays and UVB rays. So UVB rays are actually the rays that cause burning in the skin. That's when you go outside, you know, you feel it almost instantly if you live here in Hawaii. It causes the redness or the erythema that you see on your skin, and when you touch it and then when you let go, you can kind of see it's a little bit lighter, like where your hand was. These rays don't go super deep into the skin, but they are really annoying. Like, they do burn your skin, whereas UVA rays, these rays are a little bit more subtle, a little bit more sneaky. You don't tend to feel these rays. However, they do more long-term damage in your skin and actually damage your DNA and RNA. And these are actually the rays that are responsible for causing premature aging, fine lines, wrinkles, things like that. They are responsible for breaking down, again, the DNA and RNA in our skin, which causes us to start to lose the collagen and elastin in our skin. And both of these rays can be responsible for sun cancer. So it's very important to make sure you're wearing your sunscreen, whether it's raining, shining, cloudy, winter, every day, no matter what, wear your sunscreen and make sure you are reapplying. And how often should you reapply your sunscreen? If you're oily, you know, because oily skin, when you do apply product, it tends to kind of just like slick off. So you do want to apply that about an hour to an hour and a half, you know. And I know you could be like, girl, like, who has time to do that? If you want to stay alive and you want to look young and radiant and beautiful, and you don't want to have to worry about getting to be, you know, older, I'm not going to name a specific age range because all women are beautiful, but having to try to reverse all the damage when you could just be, you know, proactive right now, then why wouldn't you do that? I'm just trying to help you stay alive, beautiful, radiant, and glowing, okay, goddess? So wear your sunscreen, reapply it. It's only gonna help you in the long run, and you'll thank me later. If you don't have oily skin, then you can apply it about every 2 hours. So obviously, if you are going to the beach, or you're being very active with whatever you're doing outside, then maybe you do need to reapply that a bit more often. But as a good rule of thumb, apply it every 2 hours. You should apply the sunscreen about 15 to 20 minutes before sun exposure. If you apply it when you're already outside, it's not going to be long enough on the skin to properly, protect you from the rays of the sun. So make sure that you apply it before you go outside, about 15 to 20 minutes before. I like to keep my SPF by the bathroom sink, so that way when I put my moisturizer on, immediately after that I can go ahead and put my my sunscreen on. So some people also ask, can I mix my sunscreen and my moisturizer together? The answer is no. If the sunscreen comes already in your moisturizer, it's already like a 2-in-1, then sure, that's fine. To be honest, I don't think that these are quite effective as sunscreens that you purchase as a standalone product. I think that sometimes a unless the moisturizer is also has SPF 32, I don't think it's going to be effective. I think you still need to, in order to be properly protected, apply a sunscreen of at least, let's say 32 is a good, 30 to 50, but I feel like 32 is really, really good, and that's one that I use quite often. Try to mix the sunscreen and the moisturizer together, it's going to be ineffective. So if it doesn't come mixed, don't go mixing it yourself. All right, and I know I've been using the word SPF, and a lot of the times we kind of use that synonymously with sunscreen, oh, I'm using SPF, when in actuality, SPF is the sun protection factor. And this is based on a lot of different things. It's based on the time you've spent out in the sun, your Fitzpatrick type, the intensity of the elements that you're in, and the application. So when we are purchasing a sunscreen, it's very important that we're purchasing one that is broad spectrum, meaning that it is protecting for UVA and UVB rays, because usually the SPF factor is only taking into account UVB rays, which are those burning rays, not taking into account the UVA rays, which are a lot more damaging to our DNA and our RNA over the long term. So make sure when you are purchasing that you're purchasing a broad spectrum where it's covering both of those types of rays. And the last thing I just want to note are UVC rays. Now these are the rays that we tend to, or for a long time we didn't have to worry about, because our ozone layer did shield us from these types of rays. However, with a lot of different products that are hurting our ozone, the pollution, the global warming, it's thinning our ozone. It is a little bit more hazardly. It's something that we do need to be a little bit more cognizant of nowadays. So again, please do your due diligence, help take care of Mother Earth, and make sure you research products that are not safe for the ozone, so that way you can stop using them. I know a lot of aerosols contain ingredients that are not safe for the ozone, so please just double check your ingredients, and go ahead and give this video a comment if you would like me to do a video on some ingredients that are not safe to use to protect our ozone layer, right? So if we want to live long, healthy lives, and not only for us, but for the future generations to come, it starts with us. It starts with us taking more care of our earth. It starts with us being more responsible for our carbon footprint, for our emissions, just for everything, This question may pop into your head. Well, what if I want to buy SPF 100? I was that goddess. I would purchase SPF 100 because I thought surely I would be totally protected and wouldn't have anything to worry about. That is completely false. There is no sunscreen that can be SPF 100 and be completely safe and blocking out 100% of the sun's rays. It's completely impossible. That's clearly marketing hype to get your money. Do not fall for it. Some great SPFs to look for, again, like I said, an SPF 30 or 32, even an SPF 50, but really no higher than an SPF 50 is going to be any more beneficial for you. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, all about sunscreens. Go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any more skincare videos. Until next time guys, remember that you are beautiful, brilliant, and brave, and you have so many gifts to offer this world. I love you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye!